not used to winning. On the 26th of November, when I went to work to report as a journalist, I was violently attacked by the Metropolitan Police Force. Everyone watched it. Yeah? The Crown Prosecution Service are supposed to be independent. They're supposed to assess the evidence. The evidence which everyone watched was that the police come in. I tried to tell them I'm a journalist, I'm at work, which they know anyway. They removed me forcefully. They pepper sprayed me at point blank range. Yeah? They lied throughout every one of their statements. How many officers were there that day? 20 officers? None of them have got their body cam footage. We heard their evidence. Mine come off in the incident. It was lost. Mine was recorded over. I had someone else's camera that day. They proved themselves as liars time and time again. The fact that the point I want people to understand is I've just said I've won, yeah? Have we won? Do we have freedom? For the last 6 months, I've been banned from entering my capital city. Whilst jihadists have took over our capital city week in, week out, with the grace of the police allowing them to. Yeah. I've had my restrictions, my right to a family life. I even went to court to ask if I could take my children to the Christmas lights turn on, and I was refused that opportunity. For the last 6 months, I've had to go to a Muslim police officer and ask permission to come into my own capital city, of which one of the meetings was to interview a member of parliament. That Muslim police officer refused that request. That is a police state. That is not freedom. The judge today stood on the side of truth. I've been in these politicised buildings too many times. This is the 8th time, I think the 8th time I've been in court on this offence, at a cost of £60,000. This is about lawfare. The process is the punishment. You may come here and get a victory, but they've had the victory because they've controlled any opposition to Hamas on the streets of our country by banning me for 6 months, okay? That's what they've done. They've also, the toll, the emotional toll, the stress, the pressure, the thought of going to prison time and time again is part, as I said, the process is the punishment. The police officers stood and gave evidence. He actually told the truth. What's turned out today is there was no lawful order. My arrest was unlawful. The pepper spraying in my face was unlawful. Their bail conditions given by a judge. We went before a judge here twice. We appealed the conditions twice to say there is no evidence against me. How am I banned from my capital city for 6 months? That it has to be, those bail conditions have to be proportionate. It's not proportionate. I wasn't allowed inside the M25 for 6 months. I'm still frustrated with it. They've limited my ability for my activism, for my work, for my journalism. They have invaded the privacy. Anyone I wanted to meet for my journalism, I had to give the police, the British police, their phone numbers. They then rang them. I had to tell them the times I'm meeting them, where I'm meeting them. For the last 6 months, that should not be allowed. Freedom of the press has been under attack. Freedom of speech has been under attack. My freedom of assembly, all these things have been taken from me from the British state. Today they've been given back to me. I'm now allowed into London. What's been ruled on is that the arrest was unlawful, pepper spraying was unlawful. They arrested me on my daughter's birthday. Yeah? On my daughter's birthday, that's now unlawful. Their bail conditions are unlawful. This is the first time I've been freely allowed into my capital city.
Welcome back.
Tommy, Tommy!
And
Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson! Oh, Tommy, Tommy! Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson!
And it's on St George's Day, but what I would have to say is this would not have happened today if it wasn't for the people who supported this campaign. As this was going on, I've made a film, and you're going to see the promo today. I'm going to ask all of you, if you've marched with me before, march with me again on the 1st of June. We're marching through this capital city against two-tier policing, demanding the resignation of Mark Rowley. The British public have had enough of your actions, and I will premiere my new film, Lawfare, A Totalitarian State. It's going to be a fabulous documentary. We are going to humiliate the British state. You're going to understand that your freedom's already gone, yeah? And we need to fight for it and get it back.
Are you going to show them, Tommy?
The one thing I'd like to say, first of all, there's 2 things actually. Firstly, is to everybody out there, you don't need to like Tommy, you don't need to agree with Tommy. You can hate me all you want, but because of you, because of your eyeballs, because of your support, because you took the time and trouble and energy and effort to keep supporting this man, because of you, he gets to be a free man today, because you kept the pressure on, otherwise they would hide their lies. The second thing that I think is really important on St George's Day is that the people should know, no matter what they do to Tommy Robinson will never, ever lie down. He will never, ever give up. He will always.
True English lion.
And the final thing I promised to say, and I'll hand this all back to the man that matters, is that you have been made to feel over the last decade or so that you were alone. I am here to tell you, to remind Tommy every day, like the pain in the ass that I am, that you are not alone, my darlings. Tommy will stick with you. I will stick with you. You are not alone. We are many, and we are stronger together. God bless Tommy Robinson. Yes. God bless St George's Day. Go on, you Englishmen.
God bless Katie Hopkins. Katie Hopkins.
What's next? I need to make sure, if you're looking at this and you're one of the people who supported this campaign, my legal team, which is Carson Kay, Tana, my solicitor, was absolutely fabulous. They fought for me at every avenue. I would have been remanded in prison on my daughter's birthday if you hadn't sent that King's Counsel to that court who had me released. Not just that, this victory wouldn't happen today if you hadn't supported that campaign. So I want to say a personal thank you. You give me I know I've got the backing. We've had Alistair Williamson was the King's Counsel, absolutely amazing. Anyone who watched him, what was he like? He was quality, but 4 steps ahead of everything. He humiliated them, but you made that possible. So I want to say a personal thank you to every one of you who sit at home. If you think everyone's got a role to play, just share the videos, share the content. Do you know the biggest role which has come out of this yesterday is citizen journalism? Yeah, citizen journalism, not the mainstream. The judge just threatened us about intimidating the Sky News journalists, and we weren't intimidated. Yeah, I know, that's what it was. But citizen journalists come to this court yesterday. We had Rebel Media, thank you, T0mmy. We had Voice Wales. We had we had everyone who's anyone in citizen journalism sat in that court and reported to the public, word in, word out. Last night I saw a headline from the BBC that I never thought I'd see. I read their news article and it was fair, it was balanced, it didn't call me former leader of the EDL, it talked about criminal convictions, it spoke about what happened in court, and that pressure was only put on by citizen journalists coming here, and all these people have a massive following now. I have hope. I have hope. I have hope not people following us. I do have hope, and I have hope after today's decision. But I would like to ask everyone to join me on June 1st in London. Make sure you put that date in your calendar. Make sure you put that date in your calendar. Again, I want to say a thank you. It is a victory. It's a total victory. It's just a victory. How have they been allowed to do this? That's the question that has to be asked. How can they walk in off the street in front of the world media? Where were the politicians? Have you had any politicians speak up about what happened that day? Are any politicians going to speak up today?
Well done, Tommy Robinson, everybody! Well done, Tommy!
It's St George's Day.
Tommy! Tommy Robinson!